Does it sound good? He's jamming along.
Yeah, it sounds great. It's like not distorted or nothing. It sounds good.
Cool. All right. So then, and you know how we always look up there. So if we're talking, we'll talk here because the camera's here.
Look at that camera here.
Over here.
Then when we finish, then you can
Yeah. So when we finish the song, then we'll go on mute, and then you guys have got to hop out there.
Matt, do you want to come in the middle because you're doing most of the talking?
No,
Battery life going.
for the song, I'm alright. Yeah.
Okay.
We are on 21%.
Still.
Welcome, girls. Thank you.
I don't know if we make the call.
Because you're hosting, yeah.
Yeah.
So if our thing dies, but as long as Breezy's on it.
Yeah, it'll still go. And even if I die, it should still go because I've died before being the host, and you can come back in, and everyone's still there.
So, do we make a call to see if we switch
from the start?
Like, do we switch? Like, we'll have the laptop and they have the iPad.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. I think we'll just might try that.
Clear?
Bob, can you hear us? We might switch because this we're not sure. If it's it's on 21%, but it wasn't going up. It kept going backwards, even on the charger. I don't know if you can hear us, but we might try switching where we'll use the laptop. Okay, cool. Franks will try to sort this out. Just
and then that, this space, right? Yeah. Okay. What I'm gonna do real quick? Just look, because it's gonna get dark real quick. I'm gonna set this up.
and Kizzy.
Already got the light.
One second.
It's gonna go dark, and at least I don't have to move to change this. I'm just gonna set it up now. The morning. Dee was like, I thought you guys were doing interviews to decide who made the cut. I'm like, what? I'm like, no, almost ready. Technical difficulties.
Yes.
No,
I wonder why that must be just. It's just like
someone just playing up, I
sometimes when
guess.
charge it goes all the way down to 0 again.
Crazy, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I've just turned on the light ring.
Oh yeah, cool.
Because if it gets dark, at least there's something here.
Yeah.
We're good?
So you can see us. Is that better?
Yeah, way better.
I think we can start. Hey.
Yeah. I just have to remember to look there. Can I ask for a favor?
Yes. What do you need?
My updates on the.
Bob, can you give me
want us to move over?
Hey, as people come along, do you want me to admit them yet?
Can you mute them while they come on?
Yeah.
If we see like Tori and then that means Uncle Fat and them already, then we'll jump on. In case we let everyone on, they're not on you, and everyone's just like awkward and mute.
Come here, Santan. I think down there.
Yeah. So we can talk or like just mute them.
No, just mute them. Otherwise,
Okay.
it's gonna be.
Yeah, no, sounds good. All right.
Tell Chris so he knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was there.
When I mute everyone, you guys got to remember to unmute yourselves every time. So.
Yeah.
And that'll just be whoever's on this end.
Or I can request to unmute you, I think.
Yeah.
If we forget.
We'll do it, to take the stress off.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we're good. Are we sick?
Bob, you got me all goods out there?
Rwana's there.
Thank you.
Fussy them, we can see
You can do whatever you want to
Okay.
Nat,
Okay.
can I ask a favor? I'm going to move this anyways because there's like this much of the bed. Can we just scoot like a little bit? Yeah. It's like this.
Yay. Okay, here we go.
Okay. So, all right, are we ready?
Yep.
Are we all good?
So you want me to let...
All the phones on mute. So Breezy, if anything, just private message us, even if it's just on the dad's slideshow page, so you'll get all of us on it.
Oh yeah, okay.
If
Cool.
there was a question.
So we can be unmuted, but everyone else be muted.
Yeah. So yeah.
So when they all come in, I'll just mute everyone. But you guys, you have to unmute yourself, I think. I'll try and request you to be unmuted, but it may...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So you guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's go, fam.
Yes.
Admitting everyone.
Oh, here we go. Oh my god. Hi. Oh, we're not unmuted, so you can still say hello.
Hi, family.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, family.
What's good?
Hey, cousin. Hey, auntie.
Good.
Hi. Thank you for joining us today.
Good to see you all. Maybe 5-10 minutes.
Hi.
Yeah, Dad was always late.
We're running on Dad's time, so.
Go the All Blacks.
Oh, wow.
What's up, McGills?
Oh, it is.
Hi, there, family.
Guys.
Oh, Prophet MC in the house.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, what's up, Willie?
Hi, Uncle.
The crane fella.
Sapalepa.
Palepa.
You can see Trisha,
Nessa.
Nessa, Lena and George.
And then
Hi, Peabody.
Galaxy Note number 2.
full screen. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
No.
No, scrolling through. No.
Papali'i family.
We got Paul in the fam.
Hi, Nico.
Hi,
Hi,
Miku.
Yeah, I'll meet.
Gonna go across.
Yeah.
Hi, T.
How can I?
T. We miss you here, bro. It's the house thing. Hi, Lena.
Thank
I love the speakers outside.
Auntie Miku.
Yeah, we
Okay, I think we're good to start, eh? We're good to start. Dad's time, island time, always late.
Breezy, I'll just probably get you to mute everyone if you can, please, Breezy. Thank you.
And then make sure.
Yeah.
Oh, there, you can see me. Yeah, Fatalofa Tutatoainga. This is us, just us, the family. We just wanted to have a space for our family because we all can't go there to Samoa to be with Dad, but we wanted to have a space where we can come together, share, encourage, and at the same time just honor God and honor Dad. So thank you all for jumping on board. It means a lot to us and especially to Mum. But before we start, we'd like to ask the pastor in our family, Fata Lucy Mailo, if he can start us off with a prayer, and he can share something as well, and then we'll go on from there. But thank you so much. Over to you, Pastor Fata, and Victoria, if you're there, if you can unmute.
Kia ora, family.
Yeah.
You can go. Yep, Loa, local me out with, face it. Te talo and
Mawhero ia tu le tātou ainga nei tūlā le fiafi. Australia mo New Zealand, le voi Samoa, ma Amerika. Ai le amataina le tātou sauninga whaleainga, ia lau teiteina i tātou se talo. Ia, ona te lope lava stay me whaitau ese a whionga me le tuspaia. Ia, a whai ele ai, ia, lau teiteina i tātou le talo. Le tuala mātou ta mā, o mātou iei nei taimi o le pō, wa pe nao na mātou sauni ai se sauninga whaleainga. Mātou te mana tu ai se o mātou uso o se ta mā, o se tuangane foi sa pele ia tei mātou. Wa mātou lea wea tu i rona toi taimi, ai o mātou mawala nei a wanoa ono o wala te le vave on whai eona mātou wheloai. La mātou sauni, mātou te whasoa le nea fiafi, mātou te mana tu ai o na winga, au soifua mai o ia. Pape nao na mana tu ai pea po o lai le nea fiafi, mātou te talo i whape nao na fio mai lo mana, ia whamanuia le mātou maafutanga, moli mau oma, matau tinonga oma, le a mātou moli mau wairi nei po. Ia whape nao na vi ia ai lau fio no leo langa po o lai, au soifua mai o ia, te o lava ina e wala au mai. E leo se mea na whaia le tangata lai oe na e au mai o e foi wawe e seina, ia whape nao na whamanu ina pēa lo swafa. Talo ina iei lau whamawhana whananga ia fulole ma le whanau, ai meise oso matua whawhine o po walai. O le paia o ainga ngalua, ia whamaise atu lo wanganga ia te ila tau. Mātou te talo ia iei lau whamanianga ma lau whaunga nei maafutanga nei po. I lona amataina se o atu i lona whauina, a oma mātou whafo iei le vi inga i lau fio. I ore nā le mātou te talo, a tasi mai le amataina se o atu i lona whauina. I lau suafa i e soa mātou te talo atu ai. Amene. Amen. Au whaitawina nei upu mai le fionga le tua, ia, tātou te mana tunatu ai i taimi whape nei, ia, tātou te mana tu ai le lofa ma le anga leo le tua, e oi ai no tātou sila whai le lau whonga malingi ma le lau whonga pou, ia e whawhtai le tua, mai le tuspaia, a muia le whano noa, a wai wha mawhanawhanaina. Lau whai tauina sino mai le fionga le tua. Rā mō mai le tu se iopu, e fitu whai upo iwa, ma le se fulu. Ua ta ape le au o mawai atu, e whapea le ua aluifo, e whapea le ua aluifo le tunga mau. E le toi aluai o ia. E le toi foi mai foi o ia I lon fale. E le toi lo o ia I le mea sa iai o ia. Whai launga e fitu whai upo mua malulua. E sili ono le lei o le tau le leia I le sua o le lei. Ma le aso e oti ai. E sili le aso e whanau mai ai. E sili ono le lei o le alu I le fale o iai le whanau noa. I le alu I le fale ua whai ai le tau saminga. Wa lo tato no moni ua I le langi lea. O lo whatal tali mai ai lo tato wali I le whaola o Yesu Keriso. Nā te li ua o tātino I le ua leanga. Ina ia whaia ia whātau I lona tino mātanga o fie. E tūsa mo le mana na te mawhaia. O na whātau I loina o mea uma. Na ia mea uma ia te ia lava. O na upu ia mai la fionga le tua. Ia tātou te mana tunatu ai. Ia po alai ni nia fiafi. O mai le poto Solomona e siri le tau le leia. I le suau le lei. Ma le aso e oti ai. E siri le aso e whanau mai ai. O te manatu le nei po fia whamawhaina o le tau le leia. Te tono e le toi tau moni mawina le o langa o po walai. Au tātou mafuta ai o se tangata. O se tangata I lo ai le finangalo o le atua. O mai foi poto Solomona e siri le alu I le fale o iai le whanau noa. I lo le alu I le fale whai e le tau saminga. Au tātou poto le nea fiafi ma tātou whasoa I le o langa o po walai. E le toi tau moni mawina. Tau na ia whape nao na tātou manatu ai. Ana ngā ruenga le lei ma tātou mafutanga. Au soifua mai o ia. Peila le nei po au tātou mafuta I lunga o ala tele vave. Ia tātou te manatu ai o ia. Le taimi sa tātou mafuta ai si yo lava le taimi. Ua wala au ma iai lona matai a teia. Peon whamaile apostolo Paulo I a Filipi. O le langi o lo tātou nu moni lea. O lo whape nao na whatalitali mai ai le li le whaola. O Yesu Keriso. O le nao whape nao na luatu po walai le ola e whawawau. So se malanga e sauni e ele tangata e whatalia. E volao na tātou iai le nei po. Ia e le toi tau moli mawina le mewa iai po walai. O iai o ia I le manuia o saunia e le tua. Tau na ia whape nao na tātou maua pēr le whamawhan whananga le nei po le toi ngāne upu ia po walai. E o ngā ia te oe mau ina ia whape nao na te penga I tātou. Wa iai ful te me o mai ai. A whape nao na saunia I tātou. Pe o tala poto Solomona e siri le aso e oti ai. I le aso e whanau mai ai. E siri le tau le leia e lo le suau le lei pe on tātou wawai e iata wa mai. Ia, o a mi o po o lai tātou wawai atu le lo whangia. O lona whamoe moe I Samoa le ngate I Samoa o New Zealand ma Australia. Mena tātou te ilo ai o le tangata sa iai le tua. Wa le tangata iai le tua na te le whaia se me whati ngā I le finangalo le tua. O se mea savali iai, so se mea alu iai, e loa o ia o le atali o le tua. Pero mai lai fio ngā le tua o lato uma, o e na talia o ia mwhatua tua I lona suafa. Na ia vatu e lea manuia ta ua I lato o le atali ima le afine o le tua. Pape nāli mesa iai po o lai, tātou te le toi fiatara noa I le o langoa, tuai o po o lai. O mai o le neo lewo ia Keriso o le tangata fo ia. Whaftai o wala o mai lona matai a te ia. O lo whape nao na whape o na whai. Tātou wa inga nei po e maisi o le tina ia polole ma le whanau. Ia tātou loto tele, tātou tausini o ni ia tātou maua. Tātou toi wheloa ia po o lai le ola e whawau. Ua sao nia e le tua mo tātou. Sina upule ma nia fiafi. Pape nao na tō matau ina ai ma whamarusia I lo tātou wa inga. Au tātou sauni, tātou te whasoa I le olanga po o lai le nia fiafi. Ia whape nao na whamanuia le tua, ia fo ia tupe ia te ia lona vienga. Nei maso malava se yo I le whawawau. E whawawau lava. Amen.
Three, four.
Manaya, manaya, delane. Etoya adonoa betina. Manaya, manaya, delane. Eletoya yonifa. Manaya, manaya, melani. Eletoya anoa besina.
Le timlale nei latu na tule avanoa auntie fofoi wau ese wailo fai sana moli mau I la mafutanga ma Powalai Samuel. Over to you, auntie. We love you.
moli mau. O le tuangane pele. O alae Samuel Ulio. A le whaia se moli mau mo le tuangane. E mua mua o na o whawheiloa i atu. O whatalo whātu le pa ia ma le mamalu. A inga ngalua. I Australia, New Zealand, Samoa ma Amerika. No sua inisi o whawhenga inga o si o tatu ainga mo lato whaltua. Te maali ima whailaunga o whaltua mtaus. Ai maisa na e tatu whanau pele. O wō mai masani, ni o tatu paolo tatu te malu ai. I le atunu. Talofa, talo palava. Lona lua, o te whatalofa atu. I le tinapa noa noa, ma le whanau pele i afolole, ma le whanau i Malpone. O se mea e tangi e lea nganga. O na le ave e sea whafua se i o tuangane. A wale to e maua i lato se mafutanga mai ia. Pa malole o na sai folole mal whanau. Pa malolo to tele. O na le musumusunga le nganga pa ia le tua. O wha mawhan whanai nai o tau. Mātou te oi wholo whātu, mātou whātalo whātu. Ia mor sila fia o tātou ainga. O lo ngō foe wau ese li o mailo. O au o le unu matua a Leo Josefa, Salani whai usue. O lo o wau mau nei i Palmerston North, New Zealand. Manisi foi o whanau, lo mātou nofo i New Zealand. Nisi o whanau o lo nofo i Australia. Ia o tātou wheiloa i nei afi afi. Ona o tātou sauninga whale ainga mō le tuangane. O Poualai, o ia alo na 5 o i mātou e to iwa. Na ola mai, i le to asfulu maltasi o i mātou. O lo na 5 Poualai. E lei tele sa o mafutanga i a Poualai lo na tupu ai, i Samoa. Pena le lua male awhatausanga na uloa ai Poualai. A o tupu ai si o mātou a inga o na o au e tele lo o langa i pasito tai. A Poualai. O se tamai e se foi o na ia winga. E whaali i foi o na winga i aso lai titi. Ai mata fia e ata i te mi uma. Ai a whaali. O le matua e se o na winga i whaali. Ai ina ua matua Poualai. O inana i loa ele swinga o lo na olanga. Na o sao le tausanga e tasi iwa o no. Se fulu iwa o tausanga. Al te mile fato a iwa tausanga o seo tuangane o Pou. O Samuel. Pauale mena o manatua ai seo tuangane. Pauale o tangata o mātou no o manatua. Ina o tuwai New Zealand. O noko e lunga le lau ai. O wa ai le tele o mea ai ese. O manatua lava seo tuangane lea. O wa taimi uma e whai e mato mea ai tono o mato ainga. O au e whai a lau. A mato uma. E lau o mato mea ai. O le taimi e wa ai ia i Samuel o le a uma le lau mea ai ia sakalia ma Samoa. I o le taimi ana e li liu e se ai ma wha li. Pe a papa wawaro na ua. ona o le whaali le a uma le lau talo ai le ma ona. Pawa na me no matua isi o tuanga nei na wau tau nu mai New Zealand. Ai ina ua au mai e po alai le aloa matupu ola I New Zealand. O inana no po ai o ia ilo na olanga talavou. Na ua sau le tuangane ia sa iai fo i ona vaivainga sa iai o ia Samoa. Te tuangane sa lewsita I fo I matou matua. Sa iai fo i ona vaivainga o le tapaa ma le inu. Ia na sawa mai e nei New Zealand. Ai sau le tuangane. Ia ua liu umai matou I le whaolatanga. Wa le mawhai ai la. Ona wha wau ona vaivainga ia na sau mai e Samoa. Wa sa mawhati ai fo nei matou matua I piwe vavau. Ai le mawhai. Ai wa veala na sau New Zealand. Ia ua whaola ina ai le anganga o pou alai. O te vi ia le atua. O le vi inga mawalunga le o le atua. Ona ua whaola ina le anganga o tuangane lua asu sana iei o ia New Zealand. Ai tu lai le wala au ma whaola ina lo na anganga. Ma ofo ina atu lo na olanga. Whao ngā mo le atua ma lo na ngalo. Mai lawa le nā taimi. Tele ni ngā luenga sa ngā lue ai pou tono pina ngalo le atua. Le ngata o se whai a o ngā sa. O se whai lau tusi, o se teu tupe, o se whai lau ngā whoi o tusi whaia. Tele o na tiute sa ngā lue ai o ia, I le pina ngalo o le atua. O le mita mitanga na lo loto, ina ua suia le o langa o pou alai, I lona tau nu mai tono le nei atunu. Papata iai la I le atua, a wale o se mea na whaia stangata. Ai o le musu musunga le anganga pa ia o le atua I lona loto. Na vea ai o ia o se tangata fou mo le ali. Mai lava le nā taimi, ia whailo na ainga malana whadau. Se ia o mai lava le nei vai taimi. I le I toe tolo muli lava pou alai, pena toe whaavai o ia ngā luenga le atua. Nei ufoi na o na sifi la toi malpone. Ma folole malwhanau. Ia o lotu mau pea o ia I le whaolatanga le atua. Pea se mea nai mita ai lo loto I se tuangane. O nisi taimi ina ua alu po o lai Samoa le mai taimi ane la tamai. Isi taimi e vili mai ai a te au. Tua fine, mai se tā tupe, mai se tā se lau tā la. Pai atu o ia te ave taxi ai si mai lo tua fine lele o whai ngā luenga. Pai mai ia o a fwoi ni tupe la maua nei taxi na tai tonu spul tā la me maua le aso. Ia na ata la ia lea o le si aso ma o la fwoi ela na tupe. O a fwoi langa o te e pele lo loto o tama lea. E whai aso lava ia le aloa ma tupu ola o tama lea. Wa e pe ia o le whainga o le si tama le aloa le whainga o pou. E pai mai ia le aloa ia. Se vai si tama ngai lima vai patu ia wati le ia le vai o lo tuangane lo no po pa vai. Ai sili le whai ia e whai ni me tele ina e malosi le loto. Ia ona winga na e wha pele ia le aloa e lo tuangane. Ai fo le mea le tau muri ai. O le mea e le aloa mtupola e aloa I fo. La fo mua le aloa I lunga. Ala fo muri atu ai fo. Ai le manatu mai a matou nei le matua. Sau wha pea lo tuangane le sau te wau pea umalo ola. A lewa mua alu ai le esa na me whai e tea. Te mi umai vili mai e tea whai mai o lo mi mita e te o lo tua fine o lo au le ia. Pai tu so ia te whaitala ula. Pai mai le ai. Pe ia o se lo matua pālangi lo ulu. Mai o lo o vai o tala nai ese lo tau pase e mai le ai o mo ia la tala awa nei te valia lo luma nei ia pa e lo ulu pe te anga solo ulu lo grandma karite pa e lo na ulu ia pe o nai mea ia o no fo ma pa se tuanga ni o se mea matua I ta e lo fatu ina o ta umai e sa vele po o vita po lo tuanga ne ta umai e fe O whaatolu anu whai mai, loto tele. O wita lao le loto tele, so ai le tau mai po le ale mea o te loto tele ai. Ai tau mai le ingopo. Ia o motai pongi sale lalo langi lo mawhauwhau. Oi ta lofa sa mata la noa le po le asfaleile. Na whai mai o ia o le asau le asatolu sa fulu. O le maasina le nei whai atu. Ia tatalo le atua. Ina ia whaatau nuina lo sau. Aua ne toi wau ia lo sau. Ia wha mai ia na. Ma nei ia na. Wha mai oa o le o pae. Whatu ia le lei. Mea sini na wai pae. O matala ia whai mase o tuangane pe awili mai. O vili atu whai le si asu. O la ta oto mai o le apo le taxi. Ile mea le lato stand. O whai atu oi. Pa pea ai ala te whai ngalu. Nga na te ala tu e moe mai na. Ya lawa ata whai mai. Ia le pata ki tari fwoi ni pa sese. Atu mara ia lau ali na te ta oto mai eina. E whai a mata ala mata li e mse o tuangani. O mea nale ua matua i o misi lava po alai. O se tangata e tau sa fia lo na o langa. E mata fia po alai taimi uma. E alofa i e tangata uma. E tutusa ia po tangata matua. Male tupulanga. Ka maiti la iti fia ai. Le foi lawa moli mawina lo na aso. O le matua to tele o tangata e alo lofa i le aso po. Le ti ofa i mai le fai la uma. Ia le poto Solomona. E sili le aso e te oti ai. Na i le aso e te whanau mai ai. Wa le taimi na whanau mai ai po sa i mai. I lona tino. Sa i ai papita a uli ma whai na tau leo langa. Na savali mai ai o ia. Toe na ale ma whai e po na ono sa. Ai papitai le atua. Leo tato moli mawina o na aso muli lona oti. Poto telepo oti. Wa alu lava i Samoa. Io tato vai atu tato ainga i Samoa. Ua matua o mai uma to tite o mai uma malenu. O peo se tangata maua lungo nu. Ai leilo ia ole tuangane ona o ana amio. Mata fia tausa fia. Alofa i se tasi. E anga malu e file mu. E ava iona tua whapine ma ona usu. E le tai whatu pevesi e pou. Ai se mea ita ai se. Tamawhai apo ina ia. A mai le file mu ia te matu. Na ia fo ia se mea o lo whapena. Ona le fia ai le siles. Ona winga le ia. Le ti ofa mai e sili le tau le leia. I lo le suau le lei. Ia le atua o langa o le tuangane. O ia se tangata alofa, ia le fōwa tele ana womo o tatou ainga. Ma le lofa ia polo na aso muli. Lana malanga le langi, o lewa na whaatari mailo na matai. Se i pape loa i pō. Se tangata sanga lua i malfa maoni le ali. Sa whaia o na tiute, sa tō fia ai au na le atua. Me leo te papetai ai le atua. Ona leo langa o seo tuangane pele. La misi seo tuangane. La le to ese se viri mai watsan tupe. Ya la le ai foi se to pape mai e mimita i lo ulu. Ma nei lo ulu. E fai mai ana tala voiale le fa mimita ya. Pero mo mena leo o sia mo ni mau na nei a piapi. Mori maui nai leo langa o seo tuangane pele ya Samuel. Le amisia oe Samuelu, but you're never forgotten in my heart. You have broken my heart, my brother. You are my best brother, my loving and caring. I miss you so much. I miss you so much. Siamo ni maulel nei fiafi mo tatu ainga. Tatu foi polole. Pawhitai la mai lau tau singa si o tuangane. E te whai a uma me whai mai e fia i a pou. E le tango a pou pa se whea wa oe e te whai a uma ngā mea. E whai mea ai e whanga ai. So se mea la mai mna o i pou e whai uma e wholole. Pawhitai wholole. Pawhitai lo whai. Lo whai tō lua le lei ma lo wai a pou lo mawhtanga. I'm so sorry, Polole, for not being with him in Samoa. Leise meo iai, me siri lawa ia, wasa ngia le atua le no fuanga le lei mo po. Mai sel whanau, ia mana tua ngā luenga le lei a si o tau tama. Awa nei whanga loina. A ia tu mau le li, o le whina ngalo moni leo le atua mo i tātou. Na ia tātou nofo whanawhani. Tātou ngā lua mo le li, se ia o le teimi e wala au mai ero tātou matai. Lewa wala au le tua ia pou. Pāpua se i ana alu. E le i whaapea lama na toe. Na alu fi le mu a pou e le i tinga ina ni mai. A le lava na ave lava le teimi o le atua. Bi ia le li. Ia se amori mauri o te alofa tele si o tātou a inga. E mai se foi se a inga polole. Pamanuia le atua le tātou mafutanga nei po. Iai pēr whaunga le atua. Ia whaamawhanaina oi ma le whanau a mai se grandchildren. Ona le suafa Yesu. Amen.
Thank you so much, Auntie Fofoa.
Thank you, Auntie.
Thank you for sharing your
Love you.
stories. We love you. And Uncle, thank you so much, Uncle Fata as well. Right now, we're going to go straight to my dad's sister, the Queen from Sydney, Senior Miku, who's smiling over there. Drum roll, please. Auntie Bear.
Ia e mua lava ona whaapoli inga mai whaatai i le tua netu la fiafi. Ona ua whaataunuina tato family service. Ia ole na ua uma ona whailo atu e le uso matua. E whaatai i tato a inga a toa le a ingo folole. Ma le a ingo po walae Samuel Lio. E le toi whaila i aisa whaatai la ua uma na whai e le uso matua. O au o le lona tolu lea o le whanau e to suma tasi. O lo ingoa o pea a rio whaamatua inu. Sina moli mau, mo le tuangane pele o po walae Samuel Lio. Moli mau mo oe le tuangane pele i o mātou loto. Upu ale tuspa ia. E sili le aso na e oti ai, i le aso na e soifua mai ai. E whaangalunga tā o fōlinga, o winga tau safia, whaitala maalie, o lo whai aso i autua whawhine, i mea e te manao i ai, e whai e lava ma le loto fia fia. Tā lo whai wa e alu, le ai se upu, le ai se whātou whaa. Pei ua tae lo ta fatu, ina ua maua mai se tala whaanoa noa. Ua maliu pou alae Samuel Lio i Samoa. E matui tui le ti ngā le oti, ona ua motusia le mafutanga a uso matua whaafine, ona o le maliu ma le oti. Lo a inga whaanoa noa, tātou malili e ia, o le pule ale atua, ua wala au pou Samuelu Lio, ua umana ngā luenga sa whaia ile nei lalolangi. E whaangalonga tā oe, le tuangane pele i o mātou loto. Ia manuia lau malanga, o mātou lo whaanga, pea a rio ma le whanau. Manuia le a ingo folole, loto tele, pawhetai ile, pamafan whananga le atua ia te oe, ma le no fuaalo ai mai se o grandkids. Pa malo atu i mea uma, pa malo i melele lo e whaia mo pou alae Samuel Lio i Samoa. Maua mai tala, amu ia pou alae lo na maliu. Wo atu uma iai tangata maua lulunga. Mo ngā yo i uma tangata, ta fia maua se maliu whaapea, ka ilo lo ta isa maliu pe whaapea. Ai anganga uma kongi i ka lalo le pū. A ole maliu o se utuangane pele. O ka le manaia, le sau me mo tangata tau safia, mai tangata alofa, mai tangata file mu, ele tangata ngau ia. Talo fai oe pou e te fai aso mai lava ia te au pe awa watu I Melbourne. Se tupe utu ai lau tavale, se tupe fai ai lau mobile, o te fai e mai le anganga pia pia. Talo fai ia manuia lau malanga. I always miss you. Manuia la malanga pou, fa manuia tato ai nganea fiafi. God bless you all. Yeah, so far so fua.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Auntie Bea. We love you so much. The Queen of Sydney. We know the relationship you had with your brother and Auntie Four as well. You were so close, and that's why we're close with our siblings and our family. Right now, we're gonna fly the plane over to Auckland. We know him as Uncle Zach, but to our Pepe Fata Sakalia, this is your chance to say a few words for your brother.
Yeah, yeah, momo lava na ave pere bi inga man faftai o tatum tai ki sili. Ono rona file mu male rona mafa na whana o tu ina pe o to ki ngalo matolo. Tatu maua nei maptanga para inga mea pia. Ya e abatu pe tau faftai I le paia I tunga I whakengaiga. Tatu ainga I patpai tau langa I pia. Paia lati ai ngalua tukum tamari pai launga palupolu I palupolu ya patua matausi tawam sau tamaitai tamam tele ti o lava ne atatu panau ti o no la piafi le eto tele la magisi o tato ti pai mo mau ya o se mera I mafanga fale uso ya e matango kia lava o mama fanga ma ti uso ne o po alai o au o le tama matua o le mato auso. Ia le sila fia po ngisi na te le sila fia lo tangata. O au leo o ingoa ia tua o pepe, pata la bame, taka ria leo. Ia o le sole a mapo alai, Samuelu o tua o pepe, lau polasa Samoa lo e Amerika, ia la ipiti ai le leo amitu nai ta vea na pati e so ama to tama to fa ole mama ftanga me so uso ya po alai ese male mata ngo pie male mafana e mati taria ma ua ia so stay e moni ai le tala le mori mawa to finem tua o au o tawa o sipi o te whaia le whatunga ia pou o le ase meo te manawa ai ia o pou na te whapele lau laiti lea a wao pou e pe alo al whai e pe alo al whai e au ngatai alo e whai te whatunga ngaru le whapele sa moutin whai e ale whatino le mea leno manawa ai pe o se whataitai o iasto nai whai lau whatunga ia pou ia o e ta pena mai le tātou whapusa. Ia e alu pou. Whatonu sa momsin pati o e ta pena. Ai solo ai taile ai. E alu e la kapi mau le piriat. Ia ona o winga le o pou o stangata e fie le ta alo. E le lei so se ta longa lava. O le la kapi wa o pou sa ta alo la kapi si umu. E fie le kilokiti. O le piriaki, o talonga o mai e te fiwe sua e po o ngai maua mai ai. E whai rasa o whamtalanga, e pēr ua me ngore whaari, ma le tao vai. A o yaso o tōna i vawe austa. E maute mboe whaatasi a hoi mboe lunga le whala. E whawhangu e le mātou tama. Whawhangu lunga, Samuelu, se tulo voi suapa. Ngofa lungo e paita ko whapusa. Ia whawhangu skamo Samoa. A whawhangu la Samoa. E ngofa e Samoa alu ngu sa mai kua reumu. Anu ngei e ka e den moe a pou. Palonga malo pou la kau ku lunga rio. Ia ngai whaalongo le sao vai o kapa. Ma whailanga kara whape e ko mumu. Pai mai e wha moe ale vina. Ai pe lasi makai ai kuri ma ua ma kere whare. Kai mi ngai whape ngai lor kala pou. Ai mai koe leo kele ala o ka nguru. Wa ngai lo le whalongo longa i ko mumu. Kulo leo pou runga ma ame langa ia. Peska kai alo leo mue ame ia. Lake whape au ai wo leo. Ai laku pou koe moru leisi. Poku le kua mai, koe pu lau le le longa ie. Ai whai ko kasi leu mo se ngausto Samoa. Te onga winga ia e te mwhai unga whangalo inga. Ai tiwai kale whai aku iai. Ai ngā le aka lapa. Ia o lesi mkaki ia o ki tia isa uso. O ke lau kaimi. Te o ka longa ia. O le piriaki. Ia ma le ping pong. A kongolo sirfia mo e kako a inga. I le kulanga ia ma ua mi se uso. Kai mi umalava ke la koe Australia e sau luia. Ka bai tau kao ka piriaki se isu e are pusi. Ia, le mea lai whaila o kala pia maa su e maa pusi. So se kai mia ma ke whai mai ia kaka alo lai le pesta o whai. A avon maka longa po o konu. Ke ia koe whai mai. A koe a maka nei la kaka longa. Ia koe a maka poi. E anu wakua e ki ngā inga. Ia o foi lá ping pong. Ia e fiu foi luia. Ia leo wa alua se uso. Na ke le mawhai ala ma. No winga e kaua koe. E malo si al kama mati. Ia a hipi al kama bos. Ia pela o ngai winga ia. E le mawhai nga pangalo winga ia ke alusta uso. I mole ngau ka alo. E ngau malo so se mea. O ngau winga te un kaua ko pingo foa. So se mea sa vale a kwai pou, te wo whalongo i. So se kaimi lawe sa vale a kwai te waku se mafukanga o lai tau whai whako, ke iau waraku wanu kariei. So se koe ngā mafukanga. Longa winga, o ngā winga ia, e whai kalamari e winga le, e fia. Le mea la ngai, o ke misia i lava, ia se uso i me umara whapenga, ia o le tila kulanga le wei ke se uso. O mawala ngā ruenga o i o le security. Da security a o sanga pia ve ia lau ako. Ia sa le lei fwe alongo kongi o whanga iai. Al whamelame ngā o mai loni malanga ala Amerika i Australia. Ia, so la lor kama mai o ia lau alwe oe. Ia le pewe ai le ako ala Amerika wai ke lela ngupe mo wai lo Musila. Ia lela e, kama ko apai lai Samoa, ia lela e mo. O umalang nga luenga i Samoa. Ia lau koe fo i le Amerika. Ia mea la leo ke uso le mawhainga whaangaloinga oe ia uso e pele lo loko. E le umin kele skei ni ka mafukai. Kausanga le ankengei na e malanga mai aere e ke MC lo hongas fumalima kausanga le nga mabai. Ia whakai le kua moer ka mafukanga. Ta moer ka mafukanga le aswanga upo ia le naptinga ia Helen kei nga malanga kwai. Di o lawan ka kung malanga i Samoa ma Samoa a warpa ku whakawingo mamkai. E lea la wai maliwa i Samoa. Pa kai le kua nga e bili mai a kia ule spoki. Na sumua mua la wai matinga ngei. Pa wale skemi wo wae wai bili mai a kia. Kele bili mai a kia se mea. A kongu aipo wai longa wai loa. O laka kei wala awelo tai awai. Ai bili mai pa peke a uso. A mai tau kupenga te whakau ia lau whala. Ia o whai akuloa. Ke loa whai ngā luenga ngā aso ngā okei. E ma maore me penga luenga, maore me lapari kupe. No mangama mai tau o lau kawale a mo se leo leo no vingu ki tala. Kuli mea ia. Whakau ngūre manga ongo se uso mga awai. Lea lau ke fia ma losi lau loko uso. O whai alu mana ongai kere ia. Lea la ia. O le alawan tingau le tapa i anu ia mangia lau malanga uso. Pakai, oke ngofo mo mapau ngai kula. Ke manga kua ia upo al pakpese. Pai mai upo al pakpese. O mo onga. Sa kuwaku i le kua i kamsanga. O onga manga onga sa kuwaku. Ia kako ngofo pakasi le ngai o langa e owange i babai. Momonga nga pakpese. O never nga saya mako. ia maua pere kako mafafanga, ia mafafanga kako mafafanga uso. Ai vai mai pau pese, ai pangalea. Ua bala au le leo mamoe ia te oi. Ua bala au le leo mamoe koe. Ia, o le kaimi o koe, bala au wale lafu mamoe ai matai, e urufale mai awawa i kaimi whainka. O le kaimi tau e le liro langi e fasi whau ki ala whanga, whanga wale tua. Ia nea muio e lau bala au mai, o e whaia pēr langa ngagwe. Alu ia manuia lau whainga mlanga prana, o oe, e ngofo I komoro paku te mi umalama e le whainga lo e. Langa oe makamwhanga ka mawhanga. Iso se kaimi lava. O a ngapi sa o whainga wenga, o ke leo loa lai alu lau pasi a ngapi mo kangi. E o papa se se kongo lau kangi au ia e papea oe longo e loa me lau makio. I lo mafo lo loka ki oe, ia ke whaka loka kolole, kauinga i le file mua ne koe a ki oe ki ngai mali mo whaharu, mali whangau. Ia malosi lo loko. O oe o ngai ka ore atua, wai malama i mea lai alu e loko rua. No wale ka penga, au le saungi ngo whanga mo oe mali whangau. Ia mai kako. Ia se au mai mau wai gaile mali kukuri ngai kula. Ai kauinga ia pa mangi kele namba le kua. I le pa ia maurunga kako ai nga nge piaki. Ia ko paso I kua.
Love you for Lole and your children and grandchildren.
Love you all.
Thank you, Uncle, for sharing your memories of Dad. Sa'o Le'oi, Dad was very competitive, and he was a sore loser, big time. And just there were times when I'll play table tennis, and I know Lalau, Fa'alinga, and we've got cousins there, Mark, Luke, everyone knows. There were times when like I'll be beating my dad, and he'll start getting angry. And then I'll just lose to make him win, and then he'll ground me off for playing soft. So either way, you can't win. So yeah, thank you very much, Uncle. So we're gonna go over to sorry, we have an uncle that's in America. Mr. Hollywood, Uncle Hollywood. Yeah, onga ole babeao o lenga mailanga video e faali yanga. I think the time difference is right now olo 3 a.m. in Pittsburgh. So Uncle was kind enough to gather some strength to put together, you know, and share his thoughts. But Breezy, everyone say hello to our IT man. If you're wondering, yeah, he's our IT man, the IT guy. But yeah, Breezy, if you could share our uncle's testimony, please.
Yeah, mua whakul ka ko ai ngā koa I le pa ia man malu I ka ko ai ngā poko ia o usom ko whawhinga ia o whanga wiki fo e kusai man kulanga o ka ko ia ni vai kaimi ia mua whawhikai le kua o ngā le ngei kula ua mwhai ion ka ko mau se soka inga I le awaile o kako ai ngai lungo ea e whai aingi mori mau la iki e mori mau ingai le kulanga ma mea lei uma sa iai le kako so ia pau po se kuangi fo ia ki o kou ia mole vea fuelinga I kula mole koe wha mai senga I le kinga ia fulole a mese le whangau a koa ma grandkids a le kulanga o ka koe ia o ngā le wha mai fo iu ma o vivesi ngewe kei ua le mawhainga maua se avangoa e whakasi a koe I le koe aso skama ka koe uso pot kuanganga ia ma ua whawhainka ai ma la waa fo I ua ka punia ia o se whangonga sili lea ua kako mo i ngai kūlanga ua iai a whemaranga inga i ngai vai kaimi. Ai e leise mea o lea a kako whangongo ai, ka ke maua pēr le fia ma le manguia a koa mai le kua. O kai pule lava le kua i langa pule sili, o wā o ia lava o kai ka ingai ka ko i mea uma lava ni ngai o langa. Ia a o se kūlanga le e te karangoa kuai ma waku mon yo o kuai fo i ngi alfa angai si o so po. O ngā le mafukanga fo i ngā mama fukai ma si o so au kere i koe fo i mai Amerika ngai. Ia a o ke whafkaya ki le uso o ngō o lea lava ua waru ese aku o ia lava sa umia se ngaluenga makau kia whainkaa ma le kingo uu o ka ngaka le fia mau o kūlanga nga o le vaia leo lau ako pa ufoe lea o laku mau. Ia e ko kele ale vaenga sa apply e ngaluenga lea. Ia e le ia sa singa pitinga po o le mea langa piki ai po, ngau piki ai po ngaluenga lea. Ongo o le makalia ma le whamaongi ai le ngakai lea. O langa ioi, o le makua vavea nga ioi po il vavainga ngi mea ngi ke o whale kong ke o oso whai au voi le e sesi ai ave le pese i ako o mkua vavea nga ioi e pau i kūranga nga e mo ia i skama foi o sa vea sa apalai i le ngaruenga ia e kasi ala wa ia i le kawhea ngai pe a i mea kau momoe e le whikau i e le mwhainga a paulanu kwa maua le malosi ma le anga vai mere kulingo ka ka pe a kam fai le pekia pe ave le akole e ma vai le akula akole nga ba ia o pe o me e manga kua ia si uso o pau ia ma pe on si le fia fo el ka ko ainga o mau ma pau e peia mau ngi ka mai ki pe ma fakasi ma ke ko e ma fai ma jokes ia renga ka le ma ke will make fun of a lot of people yeah so e ma li lava ia ma ua kala ma pau e fai o misia si o uso pe on ko sirafia o pau o kulisi le lenga waku sa moa a la lenga pe tua kai fole le fa onga kulisi i nga kausanga ko ka ko lenga ma o isa wa ia ka mo kwa ma ko ngo fier ma ka fa onga isa wa ma ka miro so isa wa ma o i le afu den ma ka fa ai fai ma me ai o yo mo kwa misia lava ia me umanga i le maka fonga msi oso ia e deise be ka ke fango ngoi o nga la wo fa ngoi le kua le ava ngoa mo po o salo wo ye se isi foi angelu ua promote le si kulanga ele ko ale la o mo le ngole le o se ku ye po ya le la se mera la nka ko fa ngongo pe ka ke vai ai i le kulang ya o le kulanga le o me ka ko ya o fingalo la le ku el kai me el vakuia il ngaka i o kai mi foi nga a le pa me ya ka ko ngo sauni yo o mai vala ia la o ka ko pipi le ama o ra o ka ko sa ungi mo ka ko pipi ia le amal vaa ma fai me kaunga fai. Ia pe o si au kalkalngo aku le. Ai ia manguia lava lo malanga uso. Ia wau ke loe o ko kele ngaka o whake ia. Ma misi alofa ia ki oe. O ngō laua mio kau sa fia ke maalie o lau karangoa e whai kal maalie. Ia maisi lava kūranga e kia lofa ma lo loko angalelei ka ngaka i soos ka ngaka. Mai karangoa i so sesi lava ke le whai longa inga po ai pe makua pe rai kiki a makua ua makua misia lofa lava oe kele o ka ngakai. I le ngakai kongo ka kongo. Ao mea fo isa i Auskadia. I ka ngaka sa ko whaingaruenga. O la au whaalongo mori aku o la ko anganga ma le alofa ma le fia vai ia ki oe. Ia o whainka lava o ngei wha mai o le mwhainga ko whewa ai ai. Ia pe o sa o kakangoa ku le ai ia manguia lava le kako ainga. E kusai mafufuanga umo le aso o si o uso pau. Ia whamanguia le akua ia kako uma lava. Awa kako ke pole, awa kako ke loko vai. Kako fia o mo lianga skokasi. A ne maua e kako manguia. Ia o si au whalakalaka aku le, ia manguia lava lau malanga pou. Ia manguia mo foi ka ko ainga. Il soit fo Yesu. Amen.
Just for those that don't understand Samoan, there was one thing that Uncle Samoa was talking about how Dad was fast. He was quick. And there's this one story I remember, and we were just laughing about it. We just finished church, and it was nighttime. So Dad's in his church shoes and his suit. He had the whole thing, and then we get to our driveway, and it's at the top. And as we look down, there's this guy holding our TV who broke into our house. So this guy drops it and he gaps it. He starts running. My dad gets out of the car and chases this guy in his church shoes. And then we see my dad lying on the street because he slipped. And then the next thing we know, my dad had this guy in a stranglehold, bringing him back to our house. Now the funny thing is, I said, Dad, how did you catch him? My dad said the guy ran into the bush. Then my dad went into the bush, but he held his breath. And he could hear the guy breathing. And then he jumped on him. So that's so true. My dad was quick. Even these two, bro, they try to sneak out the house. My dad, where you going? He's quick. So thank you for the memories, Uncle Samoa. I'm so glad that I got the quickness from my dad, as you can see. But right now, it's an honor to have our, Dad was really close with his nephews, his nieces, and if there was someone on our dad's side that was so close to him, I mean, everyone was close, but there was this one person, Dad can ring her tonight and say, I'm coming to your house in Sydney tomorrow, and she'll be like, sweet, ready, you can come whenever. And it was our cousin Helen, and she carries this heart that my dad carries, is like the unity, and that's something that we saw that Helen has, that a characteristic that my dad has. So we asked Helen, and Kazi, over to you to represent or on behalf of all the little cousins.
Hello everybody. I know I can't hear you, but greetings to Auntie and all my cousins down in Melbourne. Thank you so much for the introduction, Daniel. Yes, you are so right. Me and Uncle did have a special bond, and I was so grateful. Greetings to Pastor Fata and Pastor Fofoa. pastors of our family. Greetings to the Lavere family, and also all the Leo family, all my aunties and uncles. Greetings in the name of Jesus. So tonight, I speak on behalf of all my cousins, nephews, nieces, and great-grandchildren, greats. I would like to share some of the things that we loved about our Uncle Bull. He's so special to us. So bear with me. I wanted to write it down because I didn't want to miss a beat. It's okay to freestyle it, but I just wanted to write and just read a few things. So my recollection of my uncle would be back in my childhood days. I still remember the youthful young man he was, very strong and very vibrant. Sorry, Auntie. He thought he was so cool with his Jackson 5 hairstyle. Yes, he had an afro and the cigarettes he used to smoke. That was before he received Jesus, everybody. We have a beginning, right? And no doubt my mom before would be always on his case about that part. But the biggest thing, he was so proud showing us young ones. It was me, Joe, I think Reese and Michael back then. He loved showing us how he cracked his toes. He loved cracking his toes and he thought it was so entertaining for us. So, you know, we were so young then and we thought it was so cool too. Yep, those are the days that, you know, the things that we remember. Him always telling us to, you know, he would always call us to get him food, make him cups of teas. And if we spoke English in the house, he would make us blow up one side of our cheek because we weren't allowed, and then he'll flick it. That was our punishment. That I never will forget because I always failed. It hurt. Me and Tuamua, he loved it when me and Tuamua, also Tuamua was born back then. We would always make pancakes when we all got together with the family. And back then we would always visit Auntie Lealoa's place. That's when we always used to fellowship at Auntie Lealoa's place in Warspite. We never forget how we started. The one thing I'd love to touch up on tonight though, the very important thing that I would really love to outline, and I speak on behalf of all my cousins, is his love, his heart for the young generation. His youthful ways and why he was always able to connect with each of us. He was an uncle, but to a lot of us, he was a friend. You can get a great laugh. You can always have good conversations. He'd always have good jokes with us, especially the boys. He didn't care what age you were. He would always come down to their level and make conversations, and he would enjoy, you know, just being around the young ones. He treated us all the same. No one was different, not even the in-laws. Always mindful of our partners, and he had a lot of respect for them. He was somebody that was described easygoing and cool-headed. Uncle was a family-orientated man, and it never stopped with his family. He treated his nieces and his nephews like his own. He loved the Lord and he served with all his heart. For as long as I've been in church, Uncle had served as a Sunday school teacher, a youth leader. He was always encouraging and he was always uplifting us to doing the best for the Lord. But he would always add in his dry jokes just to make us laugh. Uncle wasn't a perfect man. He was cunning, just like everybody said. His brothers and sisters can declare that. If I say it, like he wouldn't do anything for free. Especially when you wanted for him to take you somewhere or pick you up. He would always throw into us, oh, $20 for the petrol. I think he said it to all of us nieces. It wasn't just me. He'd always hint. He said, but then, you know, every time he said that, his sister Bear, his sister Fofoa, if they were there, would always say, those are the little things he used to do to trick his sisters and his niece in giving him money. Those are the things I will always remember. Uncle was a great person. His heart was all about family. He was always proud of us nieces and nephews. He loved showing his family off. I guess for me, every time that we would visit Melbourne, he would always ask if we were going to his church. And of course, we would always go just to, you know, show face and attend. But, you know, he would always say to me, vai se pese, Helen. You know, and us being tired from whatever event that we visited, you know, on the Saturday, and then Sunday was church. We would say, oh, Uncle, you know, can we just rest, you know? But no, he wouldn't take no for an answer. He would say, pese. You know, those are the things I really miss. You know, he would never accept a no from us. And you know what? Even if we did turn up to church and we'd tell him, and we would say, he would ask, you know, even when we say no, he just says, oh yeah, may Helen, you know, little family, you know, that's it. And then all of a sudden we all have to go up. That's the heart of Paul. I love my uncle because he was always, like my mom said, he was always mimita. He'd always uplift his family. He loved his family so much. And that's the reason why we all feel today the love, because he showed that to us and we're able, you know, that's what he installed in our hearts. We will never forget that. He always had a heart for the younger generation. I believe he had a spot in his heart for each and every one of us, his nieces and his nephews. He was always easygoing and they could always relate to him. He could always relate to them. Everyone knows, and I know that my uncles and aunties have spoken about it, he was very competitive. Very competitive when it came to the when it came to playing games. Yes, ping pong was one of his good games and he was really good at that. Volleyball, he was good at that too. Pool, he was good. Also, we have a favorite game that the whole family plays and it's called Lami. Yeah, Lami. Lami is one of our favorite games. The thing that makes me laugh is he's good, but once he plays with Auntie Folale, sorry, she stomps on his foot. She always wins. I so remember, and I've always watched them play. Very competitive. He still wants to play her until he wins. That's what we love about him. Yep, he's smiling and he's laughing, but really on the inside, he's not happy. You know, we surely will miss him. We will never forget our relationship with him. He will always be remembered because of his great character. His character was, you know, he was such a, you know, an outgoing person, loved anybody. I will definitely miss his laughter. My last conversation I had with my uncle, and I will never forget, was when he really shared his heart to me. That would probably be the last conversation that we had. It was a very deep conversation. We shared a lot of things, and we cried, and we all encouraged each other. You know, it was awesome. I'm so glad that I had that chance to have that conversation with my uncle. You know, this is the first time I've ever heard his heart. You know, he shared, you know, his heart to me. We all cried, we all encouraged. The last event that I would, that uncle, we actually saw uncle, would be my 50th birthday. That would be the last one. And I was just sitting and thinking, he brought the family together. I mean, you know, that was the last event that we had that brought all of our families. Uncle Fata and Auntie Joan came. You know, we had my Pastor Fata and Papa came. We had all the family come together. That would have been the last time we actually saw Uncle at his best. He enjoyed himself. I've never seen him dance in aioli. He had fun. You know, he literally just, you know, let his hair down that day. That would have been the last time we saw him in the flesh. We so miss him. And on behalf of all the cousins, we will never forget him in our hearts. The other thing I just wanted to touch on before I finish and share a few things that the cousins wanted to share is his love for his sisters and his brothers. The one thing that I take away from our family, and I'm not uplifting them, I glorify God for it, is the love they have for each other. The love that they share and the respect that they have for each other. That's why me and all my cousins are so close. Because that was their heart. They rallied us together. They shared the love. They laugh. They joke. They enjoy each other's company. And they've actually left that. You know, he's left some of that legacy. We will never go back from that legacy of being united with each other. Love each other regardless of what goes on, regardless of our own, you know, thoughts, regardless of whether we agree to it or not. The love is the most important, the reason why the Leo family come together the way they do. And I want to thank all my aunties and uncles for the love that you share to all of us children. And I know that, you know, some of them had a few things. I asked all my cousins, a lot of them shared, you know, their thoughts on, I just asked them if they could just text through to me what a few words and what they thought, you know, or describe our uncle to them. So I'm going to read it out to you right now. Some say he was optimistic, light-hearted, relatable, and humorous. He's caring. Some say he was the best actor. Yes, competitive. Comedian. A King Kong of ping pong. Skills of the pool table. A funny dancer. Always uplifting. He knew how to make us laugh. He always encouraged. Loving and a fearless leader. Compassionate, strong, and caring. And somebody said there was never a dull moment with Uncle Bowalai. I just wanted to finish off with a verse before I hand it over to my sister Victoria, just to sing a song on behalf of all the Leo family. And it comes from Colossians 3 verse 14. This will wrap it up. Beyond all things, put on and wrap yourselves in unselfish love, which is the perfect bond of unity, for everything is bound together in agreement with each other, or with each one who seeks the best for others. Auntie Folole, and to all my cousins, Nathaniel, Rachel, and Vicky, and all the grandkids. This is from, you know, all your cousins. On behalf of all your cousins, we send our love and our condolences, and we wish that we were there with you. It's not the same, because we know that when somebody's hurting, we are there. When you're down, we are there. But this time around, because of everything going on, we can't be there, but thank the Lord that, you know, He's in between. That's why we say, "Ia tu Yehova lo tātou wā." God bless you all. I love you guys from all your cousins, nieces, nephews, and greats. I just wanted to also, just one more thing before I forget. I just wanted to say that Uncle he was an uncle to 45 nieces and nephews, 102 nieces and nephews, the second generation, and he had 12 greats, nephews and nieces. That's from me. Love you all. God bless, family. Have a great night. In Jesus' name, amen.
Well, that was my intro. Thank you to my sister Helen. I won't say too much after that, otherwise I won't make it through this song. But I just want to give a special thank you and shout out to my beautiful auntie Folole, and my beautiful cousins Nathaniel, Rachel, Vicky, and all the nieces and nephews over there in Melbourne. So on behalf of the Li'o family and the Li'o cousins, our dear Uncle Powalai's nieces and nephews, I'm just going to sing one song. And when I was trying to think of a song to sing, I was tossing up what song. There was one song that just stuck, and it was echoed throughout the week since we found out about our uncle. I seen it sung at the house. I saw my cousin Nat share it. So I'll be singing it as well. Pēsi waita.
You good?
Yeah.
Man, on behalf of me and my siblings and mom, just want to thank you, Kazi Helen. So true, everything you shared, man, and everything you said was everything of who Dad was. And thank you to, I have to say it, Lala Falasa, Victoria, Tongatua, cause, man, you know, that's some of the things that Dad always boasted about. You know, whenever you're around, like, Victoria, sing a song, just like what Helen was saying. Thank you so much for that item and for sharing that song with us, one of Dad's favorite songs. You know, just want to share something that was funny as well, that I picked up on what Helen shared, how cunning Dad was, Fasiti. And I just want to tell a story, because Dad over here, he was an Uber driver, right? Uber driver. So how an Uber works is like, you book an Uber and it's the closest car, Uber car, that's to you, they get the job. So sometimes when I need a ride home from work, I'll ring my dad and say, oh, my workmate didn't come to work, I need a ride home. And he'll say, yep, I'll come pick you up. And then like a few minutes later, I get a call, son, book the Uber now, I'm around the corner. Seriously. And then when I book it, it's like, your Uber ride is 1 minute away. So he'll charge his only son. This is like, my dad, he's living under, like, we've taken my parents in under my roof, and he's charging me. Wow. And then when he brings me home, it's like 5 stars. Yep. And then even tip the man. Far out. That's what I mean. Like, my dad was cunning. He had his ways. Like David Tua said, there are ways and there are ways. You know what I mean? So we want to honor mom's side of the family too, our Lavelle family, because man, they had a really close bond with Dad as well. Like many stories, And it was awesome that you know, all of our families, we all want to be in Samoa. You know, it's tragic what's happened, and situations, whatever. You know, God's in control. We have no control of that. But we wanted the space so that, you know, we can laugh together and just talk about, you know, the life that Dad had, and you know, we can have our moment. So it's an honor to have our Lavelle side. We have, who'll be did a pre-recording on behalf of Mum's family. We have, let me look it up. Sa'ihi Malo, Farani, Weni, Sabita, and he has a pre-recorded message on behalf of Mum's family. Thanks, IT guy. Up to you, mate.
O te whaatalofa atu I le tātou mawhitanga le nei pō. So si tua lalangi o lo e mai moa mai ai le nei polokalame. O te whaatalofa atu I le sawafu manu malo le tātou ali mo le tātou whaola o Yesu Kiriso. E momoli atu fo I le ngā whawhitai mo le nei awhanoa o tuuina mai e whai ai te mātou moli mau. O lo ingo o Farani Weni Tavita, o au o le una matua a le whanau a muli anga masau Tavita. O sau o le uso matua a se mato anti ya folole. E whailo leo e whai masui a nephews ma nieces a le ainga a folole. E whai atu ai se mato moli mau pupu. I le mātou mawhitanga masio mātou uncle ya Samuelu. So on Friday night, we had a surprise video conference from Rico and Nat and Vicky, which included a lot of our first cousins from Auntie Floli's side, from the Lavere side. And This was because Auntie Florley was really needing to see and to speak to each and every one of us. And it was really important for us to connect with her and our cousins during this really very difficult time. And we spent about 3 hours laughing, crying, a lot of crying, comforting, loving, encouraging, and empowering each other. And throughout this time, we each shared our own unique, special, and intimate memory that we had of our dear Uncle Samuelo. And there were a lot of funny stories because we all know how funny our uncle was and how much of a funny man he was. But as we shared our stories, there was one word that kept coming up which for us really summarized a lot of what our uncle was to us. And this one idea really highlighted his character. And that one thing was his love. He really did love each and every one of us. And he illustrated and modeled what love is in who he was each day. And so I want to share some examples and illustrations of that love he shared, or that love that he had showed each of us. And so the first way that Uncle Samuelo modeled love for us was in the way he treated people. Uncle Samuelo treated everybody exactly the same. Whether you were an old person, youth, a teenager, or a child, it really didn't matter to him because he loved people. And he would always make you feel comfortable being around him. And so at every family gathering, he would always try to make time for each of us. Whether it was a conversation, sharing a joke, or a mocking session. And we all know that he was really good at mocking, or at least he really enjoyed listening to us during our mocking sessions. And he just knew how to talk to people and make them feel comfortable through what we described as his tenderness, if you like, in how he treated others. And for us, he knew how to come down to our level. He would laugh and joke with us. He would play games with us, and we all know how competitive he was. He loved us so much that he'd do anything to win. And sometimes we would let him win. But what was really important to our Uncle Samuelo was spending that time in connecting, and that was because he cared and loved us. The second way in which he illustrated love for us was in how he showed interest in our own personal walk with God. He would ask us how our relationship with God was because he genuinely cared. And it was never with any judgment. Our spiritual walk was important to him. Why? Because he cared for our souls. And he always gave advice and words of encouragement for us from the Word of God. He modeled love through his kind approach when speaking to us about what we were facing. And it didn't matter what was going on in our lives, how bad it was. He was always willing to help us, to support us. And it was always without judgment. And of course, the final way that he modeled, that I want to share, that he modeled love for us, was in the way that he showed love for his white rose, our Auntie Florley. A pure, unconditional love. It reminded us of a young, new love, like teenagers. Even my own wife, who had only really met Uncle Samuelo maybe 2 or 3 times, said this very thing when she saw the way that he looked at his white rose. and his adoration for her, that it looked like a new love, teenagers in love. It was the kind of love when people first fall in love. And it certainly showed me how to love, or at least try to love and adore my own better half. And a standard that I can aspire to love each other daily like you had just fallen in love. And so we know that Uncle Samuelu would have showed love in many, many different ways. But these are just 3 examples that we shared about how he illustrated or modeled or showed love to us. And so we thank you, Uncle, for the many great examples and the standards that you set with how to love. Examples that we can all follow. An example of Christ's love. So, in closing, we want to say to his white rose that we are all so very proud of you for the strength that you have shown to those around you, especially your children, during this very, very difficult time, made even more challenging because of the current global situation. We want to say that there may be a time when you are not so strong, and that's okay, because God is our refuge and strength. And we, your nephews and nieces, are always here for you and will continue to lift you up in prayer. We love you, Auntie. To our cousins, Nat, Rico, Vicky, your father has blessed you with a love of people in the way that he carried himself and interacted with them. We know that this is one gift of many that he has left for you all. And although we cannot see him in the flesh, we can see him in each of you, and we will continue to see his good works and how you also love on people. We will continue to stand with you during this time and keep you all in prayer. We love you all. And to our Uncle Sam, our Uncle Samuelu, the Turisi, King Kong, this is by no means a goodbye. This is just a see you later. And I look forward to the day that I get to see you again, along with my own dad, with my Uncle Malai Fo, my Uncle Neil, my Uncle Lavere, my Auntie Faui, and my Nana Fa'apeolena, and all of our loved ones who have been promoted to heaven. Uncle Samuelu, ia manuia lau malanga. O le taimi le nei o le ato ina atu i le mato au whai pese, mo se pese ua lato saunia. Ia whamanuia mai le atua i le tātou mafutanga. Ona suafa Yesu. Amen. God bless you all.
To let you
tamai wale umawario ao o te ai e te letu ua e la tamai wale umawario ao o te ai e te letu
Thank you, family. Thank you so much. On behalf of my beautiful mother and my siblings, I just want to say thank you very much to Mum's family. We know how much you guys meant to Dad, but we also know how much you loved him as well. Like, he loved you guys and you guys loved him. So we appreciate all the love and the support, especially for Mum, you know, because this is her family. So it's quite overwhelming, but it was very beautiful, and we received everything, all the love and prayers. So thank you. Now we are going to, I'll pass it on to our IT guy. We're just going to share a video of our testimony. So us children and our partners. It's a pre-recorded video that we put together for you guys, just snippets. I mean, because if we went live, we could go on. There's so many great stories about our dad, but we thought we'd just put it together, something special for you guys to hear our hearts and how much we love our dad. So, over to you, Chris. Thank you.
E talo falawa lo ingo o savea tama na fenyo li'o. Ia wa ule ule mokua, and the only son is what matters, of Powalai, Samuelu Li'o, and Fololi Li'o. So I'm the only son, I like to repeat. So Vicky and Bear, they're just the supporting cast, but I'm the main star of the movie.
Hello everyone, my name is Rachel Bear Ario Reko Li'o Fitiao. I am the eldest daughter of Olai Samuelu Polole Li'o. I'm also the middle child, also known as the golden child of my dad. So Nat and Vicky, I mean, that's pretty much self-explanatory right there. Middle child, golden child. It is what it is, fam. Hi everyone, my name is Vicky Florence Leo Cairo, and I am the youngest of Samuelu and Folole's children, also known as the baby, also known as the smartest, also known as the prettiest, and any other things that you can think of. I'm the favorite. Talofa lava, o lo'i ngoa, o Rawana Leo, o au o le to'olua o le main star, lela te au umaturana testimony. O ia o le main star, o le director.
Hey everyone, ia lo swafa o Mano, Farani, Frankie, Ranks, Fitiao. So I'm married to Samuelu's oldest daughter, Rachel Rico Leo. So if she's the golden child, that makes me the golden child too. Longo ingala, e golden child for ya. Ingala wa ole pele. E se ale pele ya Fenyo or Vicky. E se foi le pele, you know, the golden child pele.
Hello, my name is T. Cairo. I'm married to Vicky Leo, Samuelu's youngest daughter. I'm the only non-Samoan in the family.
Talofa lava. Ia wa'u o Folole, Powalai, Samuelu, Leo. Ia o leo foi mai lau whanau o lātou o pele a Powalai Samuelu Leo. E fo whai mai lo o watali e tōtasi o ia o le pele. Ai Nathaniel, Vicky, ma Rachel. Whaamarie aku o kou o pele a wa o le pele wha pele pele. E kele pele, pele koe wha pele pele. E anga o au o le losa pae pae a Powalai Samuelu Leo.
Growing up, from the time I could remember till now, just reflecting on my relationship with my dad, such an amazing relationship. You know, those times back when I was little, like he was hardly at home, and I never understood why. And it wasn't until I started going to school and college, and I got to see that my dad was a hard working man. He was so passionate about everything he did. If it was for church, for family, my dad had so much passion that he wanted to, you know, he always gave his best in everything. And I guess that's his heart, that he loved his family so much that he gave his best. And looking back now, I can honestly say that I'm everything that my dad has invested in me, of how to raise a family, how to be the man of the house, a godly man, how to be a loving husband to my wife. I learned this all from my dad, and I got to see it firsthand. I got to see it throughout my life, and you know, he was such a hard-working man that he was hardly at home, but when he was home, you know, when he was home, he invested everything about him into me. And you know, my dad, some funny moments here and there, but he knew how to be a friend when I needed a friend, and especially being the only boy in the family, he knew how to be a brother. But above all, he knew how to be a father to guide me through my teenage years. And man, that's something I miss, my fellowship with my dad. He cherished me because I was the only son, and I repeat, because I was the only son. But you know, I love my dad so much, and I miss him so bad. But I know in my heart, I know he's in heaven, and that gives me peace and gives me joy to know that you know, he's in a better place right now.
My relationship with my father-in-law, Samuelu, started when I first met him, when I
went down to Porirua. We were sitting on the table, and of course I had contact lens on, so I think it was grey in my eyes. And I straightened my hair because I was going to see my boyfriend next. But I sat on the table and Folole was talking first. And then the first thing Samuelu said to me was, are you half Gus? I was like, no, I'm Samoan. It's contact lens. But that's the moment that I knew that that his parents were chilled, and I felt comfortable from that point onwards.
My bond with Bull, man, I call him my old man. My bond with Bull was just unique. You know, ke leo ke mi e peia o se uso Bull. Ke ia o teksa koe se ke mi sa ska lunga. Koe sau le la maka ka lunga. Ke text me langa reply ve mai lau laku. That's it, lau laku. 5 minutes later o kui mai fai ko al fat. E ke lele misi e pau kongo lo makuai. A was kangaka e alofa ke le Folole. Mese mako whanau, and especially his grandkids.
My siblings and I all had a different bond with my dad. My relationship with my father, I'd say, was really unique. It was special. My relationship with my father was like a roller coaster throughout the years. You know, growing up, I don't ever remember my dad yelling at me or, you know, me getting in trouble for anything. Like, I guess maybe because I'm the golden child, I got a lot of grace cards. I don't know about Nat and Vicky, but I mean, I can only speak for myself. I think I got away with a lot with my dad. Growing up, I didn't realize then. And in my teen years, you know, just at an age where I'm just trying to discover life in general and just like my journey, my walk with Christ. Dad was always very present in that, you know, growing up in church and always supporting us with just with being creative. Like he supported any creative idea I had, even if it didn't make sense. Dad was just like mangaya, like he would just be like, he was like the biggest hype man. Like I'm pretty sure he didn't even understand half of the things that, you know, my ideas and stuff like that, but he literally just supported it and was like, do it, you know. He was always that type of person. If your heart is set on it, do it, you know. And so yeah, that's why I guess I, being the golden child, was always, I don't know, like I always felt like anything that I put my heart to, even with Mum, you know, they constantly would just support it, and I'm so grateful for that.
I have so many good memories of Samuelu. One of them is watching sports together at my house. Watching all the teams that he follows. He follows so many teams. Yeah, that's one of the best memories I have of Samuelu. Just hanging out and watching sports in the weekends.
Today I just want to share a little bit about my relationship with my father. So my relationship with my dad was, if I was to describe it, it's like the weather. So they were in different, each part of my life was a different season. So during my childhood, I only have memories of my dad being very strict, very strict and scary. Like obedience and respect was his most important values that he wanted us to have growing up. And when you're little, you get angry at, like I used to get angry at dad and think, oh, you're so mean, like why are you not, you know, I used to think that he wasn't a loving father. But when I became a parent myself, I understood the values that my father was trying to implement into his children. And I thank God for that, because now that I'm a parent, I want the same values for my children. And I understood that Dad wanted us to have life skills. He wanted us to go out into the world and live a life full of these principles. And it really did help me navigate through my life, through my journey growing up into college, going to uni, and then into marriage, and just being the person that I am today. So I respect that from Dad. As the years went by, my relationship with Dad changed, and he wasn't just Dad, he became our best friend. And it was just like, so the years that we shared in Melbourne have been nothing but a fun and a good time. Like, we have so many great memories of our dad. He kind of mellowed down, and then we also started to respect him more. So we kind of met halfway, and it was a beautiful experience for us, because when we got to that point where we could enjoy each other's company, we ran with it. And my dad was so fun, and I'm so proud to be his daughter, to not just have a dad but have a best friend. And so yeah, our relationship till right to the day that he left, Dad was a fun, loving dad. So that's what I mean. Our relationship was like the weather, it was seasons, it developed over time. And I'm really happy that now that he's gone, we had a great relationship. And it's something that I hold close to my heart. And I hope to share the same relationship with my own children.
Something about my father, Bo, something that he's taught me, and I would love to carry on his legacy, is how he valued people. He valued his relationships. It didn't matter if you were a young kid, someone from church, or someone just off the street, a pastor. Dad didn't look at that. He looked at you, the person, and he valued that relationship. And that's something that I'm gonna cherish and try and carry on. Yeah, that's something that I'll always remember about my dad. And you know, all I wanted, like every time I did something and I knew he was proud, to get his approval, all he had to do was from afar. That's all I got, and that was enough for me. So Dad, I love you so much, so much. Not only you were an amazing father, you're an amazing husband to Mum, but you were my best friend. I love you, and I miss you, and you'll forever be in my heart. I love you, my best friend.
Something special that Samuelu's imparted into my life was that the thing that was highlighted for me was that he loved his children. He loved his children dearly. He served them, which was a different way of how I was brought up, but he loved his kids. That's all I knew, and he'll do anything for his children. Whether he's tired, he gets up and goes to work every day. And that's something that I've taken on board with my children, because at times it's hard to love our children. But Samuelu's taught me a lot, not just that, but he's also taught me about my culture and how important it is to keep your culture alive in your family. He'd always say, but yeah, that's something that I hold dear to my heart from Samuelu. And he was always, our relationship was, he held me very, he kind of honored me. I don't know why, but I kept on saying, oh, you know, we're supposed to honor you. Like, it was always, but yeah, my relationship with Samuelu, he was a very respectful man towards me. Yeah, and yeah, it was very special. It was a special bond that we had. He was a very respectful man, and that's something I miss very much. The leader of our family, but that, yeah, there's just so many things that he's taught me, but that's a highlight, is that he loves his children and just the way he spoils them and stuff like that. Really, yeah, has opened my eyes to what I need to do with my kids. But yeah, Samuelo, Manuelo Malanga, we'll see you again. And save a seat for us. But yeah, and pray for us that we will make it to where you are. We love you, and yeah, we'll see you soon.
Bo, I just want to thank you so much. You and Mum have built this family in a strong, with a strong foundation. We are where we are right now because of you and Mum. Your hard work, constant prayers on your knees. I just want to thank you. I'm going to miss you heaps. Like, there's going to be no one turning up randomly in my house and ask for, a fizzy drink. And then we just watch rugby. But Bo, oh my gosh. You're a legend. We're going to continue to run the race. I remember you always tell me that, how proud you are of your kids, of Nat, Rach, and Vicky. Just want to encourage you guys. Your dad is proud of you guys, and he mentioned that to me so many times. And don't worry about your white rose. We got her 100%. We'll take good care of her, and we shall see you again. We love you, old man. Rest in peace. Love you.
A few things that I learned from my dad was to live in the moment, to embrace your surroundings, and to really make time. Make time. And that's something that I will never forget, because Dad was someone who definitely always lived in the moment, whether it would be at some kind of family gathering, whether he was with his friends or just hanging out at church, wherever it was. Dad literally lived in the moment. He just had fun. He just had fun. And I would see him embrace his surroundings. It didn't matter what background you're from. It didn't matter who you are, whether you knew my dad for a minute or a lifetime. He literally embraced you for who you were, and he just really made you feel loved, because that's who he was. He loved to have open conversations. He loved to have deep conversations, but he also just loved to make someone feel so important. So the importance of loving on people is something that I will forever cherish, because that was my dad. That was my dad. The amount of people that have come through who have just shown so much love, and some of them we don't even know. But hearing the stories, it's just like, wow, that was our social butterfly in the family. And I'm just not surprised, because Dad loved to put a smile on people's faces. And yeah, just gonna miss him so much. So much. Okay, Dad, thank you. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for loving me and accepting me for who I am. But I gave you a hard time, and you just were so patient and you just loved me regardless. And throughout the years of then becoming a parent myself, we became so close. Really understood your heart and your love, and you were just so genuine. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Dad, for just loving me, my husband, my kids, and even my friends. You embrace them. Thank you for your teachings. I'm gonna miss you so much, Dad. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you so much. But we know that it is well with our souls, that you are in a much better place. Rest easy, my belly. love you. Don't worry about us. Don't worry about Mom. We're going to hold it down for you. We're going to hold it down for you. Rest easy. I love you so much. And as you always say, ole happier. So we're going to continue to celebrate your amazing life and remain happy, because the joy of the Lord is our strength. And we will continue to have that joy until we see you again. I love you so much and I miss you.
So many lessons as well that he's taught us. One of them for me is just love your family, your kids, even though they've got their own little families. Still have time for them. Yeah, we're gonna miss you. We're gonna miss him so much, especially his beautiful wife and beautiful kids, and the people that he's crossed paths with. They're all gonna miss him as well. He's touched so many lives. The great man, and everyone will miss him a lot. So rest in peace, Samuel. We know you're a great man of faith, so we're not worried of where you are. The good Lord has looked after you, and we'll miss your smile, and we'll miss everything about you. Thank you.
Now that Dad is gone, I'm able to reflect and see the many things that Dad has taught me. I have many, but I'll just pick two that I feel is the most important to me. So the first thing that I captured from my dad and that I saw him action was that forgiveness leads to freedom. My dad was a very forgiving man. It didn't matter who had made him upset, even if it was us, his own children. The very next day, Dad will knock on our door with a big smile on his face, like nothing happened. And I think that's why he led such a happy life. He never let anything stick to him. Like, I never saw him hold grudges or hold things to his heart. And the second thing that I learned from my dad was the importance of fellowship. Everybody knows my dad. He never malolo's at home. He wants to go and kawhau and fellowship with everybody. My dad loved people, and it came naturally, and he loved to invest. He loved to connect with people of all ages. It wasn't just those in his age group. He loved to connect with people younger than him, the youth, our friends' friends. Like, he was just lovable. Like, everybody who encounters Dad loved him. And I think what Dad taught me was, when you connect and fellowship with others, it's such a fulfilling thing. You know, he didn't do it for any other reason, but it was so fulfilling to him, and that gave him joy. Now that we've come to the time where we say goodbye to my dad, but just the flesh, if I was to say anything to him, if he was still standing in front of me, I'd say, Dad, I love you, and I'm proud to be your daughter. I am so proud to have the honor of being a daughter of such an amazing man. I carry that with pride, and I never boast of anything, but this I will. Because your life was a good life. You didn't just bless us, but you blessed many other people in your journey. You see it now that you're gone. Everybody is affected because we miss you. You've planted a seed in a lot of people. So, Dad, I love you. I'm proud to be your daughter. I'll see you again. Save me a seat up there. I love you, Dad. Ia manuia lo malanga.
Yeah. Better.
Have this in your mouth.
Oh, well, no.
Yeah, o te tātou no leo ua tūlata tātou I le unga o le tātou mawhitanga nei a whiawhi. Ia, ai, I se I whai atu le si me malia lea I tau uplift ai lea, I tātou langa lepo o le mawhai funta au whiro I maka ia pa, ngai. E le leilo tala noa to sa tala lau te whiwhia. Ia, o Samuelu, my scouts, my Billy, my hero, my handsome.
All right, that's enough.
Yeah. Apa pe ai e whaatau e se sise ofo e ave ai, e whai mea alofa ai. Ia, o anga winga ia. For example, na whaatau e Eddie, ma tu whaiwhi au le pair of jeans, e ave ai. Whaatau fo I langa brother Tenari, langa pair of jeans ma ave fo ai. O te ia life mai au o te miwhi manao e ofo na, whaongan ofo mai le au. Ngai mai lau Eddie le sai. Ngai kikilo lau Tenari le sai. Ren to me, ola nga mea. Rai tango whai ngonga ofo I ngō kangaka ngā whakau mai ia. Ngaku leo, ka whewhe o le whaiwhi au. O lau Eddie le ala ho kango whai ngō ke lo ai e se senga mo lo ai o le hofulia ngā mai ia. O langa malanga ngā le alu Samoa, ngā whai mai kia. O wange I ngalo, ke o lau Eddie, ke o malau ke ngari. Ia o te mila le nā, o lai alu uma mga ofunga, lai whai ngoa ia Eddie le si ofu. Lai whai ngoa ia Tenari le si ofu. It's so funny, o ke le whalongo mua mua skangata whapea. But that is Samuelu. O mawhawhau mea ngā e whiwhi e lo lotu. Ia lea whiawhi. E whai au masui o le whanau. E mole atu ai sa matau whaafitai tele lava. I le sunga I whawhenga ngai a whata. Ma ilo. Ma le whaitua I a whoa. I le talo a mata ma le upu wha malosi. Ma le moli mau matango fia to fine po a Samuelu. E tua fine matua o Samuelu. Ia fufua I wau ese. Moni wha maoni. O ke moli mawinga le mongi mai wha maongi mea umatala no mai fua. Whaftai molo ua taimi. Whaftai foi. Mo taimi umalava. Talo on tatou mafuta sa whai loa lua lofa. Ia Samuelu ma umal whanau. E ngata foi lea. Whaftai pe a Rio. Whamatua inu. The Queen of Sydney. Ole sao uma mefu mai ai pea. I tinga lawan whainga wenga Samuelu le mawana tupe. E sao lo pe nei me pone mai. Se mea ngā se yuku e ka vale. E kiva ai ai au pea. She always give. Au whaku, ke o whai a oi o pea wale se ko aluai kakanga e supportinga pea. Nga ke aluai. E vange mai kupeskenga mai. My sister's got heaps of money. That's why I ask us, okay, lo pea, e ke le aku pea. E sa o ma mea whamai pea whaftai. Whaftai lo walofa ia pong. Le ngata ilia, o lo walofa ila o whanau, ia ma o fo tu sa tato mawhtanga. Tua o pepe, ma tua o pepe o mai lua. Takalia ma kolasa. I'm lost for words. Because okay, loyally, ko mafkanga mapawalay. E uya nga makua ya sa kalia. E peya makua po isi kaini. Mga mea whailong uso. O mea whamangenga loko. Kalong mango ko Samuelu. Kele iwa aya waka wawangi ko fusuanga. Kele whalongo wako whikawa I peko ke kawai misa. That is something that bless my heart. Well, mga onga foila longa loko. He always wants to keep the peace. So my husband, he is a peacemaker. Manawa ya pile mumea uma. Fia tangata uma pero langa moto alea. Ole happy ya. To all the nephews, All the nieces, my husband is so proud of you all. Whanga uma ko whawhinge mga uso, e se le pele ia ia o to uma. O le tale ni fo ile le pese, e whamania ina e rona lotu. Leo se me mita fo ile ia, e whai mai, I love my niece, pe vai pese Helen, pe vai wa pese Victoria, po I love her. Alenga te le whanau o makwe ta alonga, he's always support. No for email po le alona lotu la ia, even for their lower states. Even Patty, my nephew on my side, he's always happy to support any sport for lewa ngalu ai po wa ta alo ni si muli e manao e alulenga o ia o tangata e pia ta longa pa longa ai mol mau e fai ele fai ina ta polo I mean le ping pong ati mana fai lo ato o le coach le apo no wa ma fe lo ai
That's why I keep losing.
no wa ma fe lo ai ele lo ai po talo na mo mau nephew sia mo ni nesa but we had a table tennis back then o aula le nga fasingo ya bo de kaanga le polo le faingo le smesi o le serme uma pa wai mo vai aku la student o fai asile lei ya o ke minange ya ma ko kaalo o ma kai o le mafai nga pizza la student ai o ke fia o le nga wai aku penga ka alo mo nephew sia ni sila akilangi Fred and Mark o lo inga lo ka mo fai pizza ko inga ai le mafai nga lo fa fai inga le la sa lo males ko ka lo ngai fai mai mel pong ya fa velavi lo wa Poko fai mai ya wa fo ya fai inga bala ya frani bala lo nga kali come and help him but inai o se kangaka fia o se kangaka fia ka lo nga ai le ala walwa ele malo aya fata skali lava walu ele malo aya fata paita le o lo nga ki nga fa ya inga ele manga o apo ki va e pa wala ka lo nga ele ma fa ya so ko lua o le lami maka alo e o mga ko nga ko nga fiki I always win ya foi mo limau hes eselo fia iso to lua yona winga ia fa ngalo ngata le ngata ilea o lo u ainga ne ya fiafi le o te vai atu se o tuanga ne ya fangaya masio uso ya mau le uso ya palolo and all my nephews and all my nieces, you know why you don't know how much it means to me. It means a lot to me. Franny, everything you said about my husband is true. I'm glad that ole witnessing ayo kaya mamoli mawinga and ko kele longa lo famisi atimi etawle popole po ay around whoever is around I asawa someone kisi mayao ele un fai lolo na lo fa ya fa penga yo foi family reunion na longa inga he always put me on the spot ele ai se ma ai se me e kapenga ai o aku yo fa mai sao ile fa ka ai se what are we going to do for my vai malo sao nia ke ku fa ke ngau le mai o fa kalia mo fa ka ngol ka pesi yo ko si ka ia le me lai fa mai ai pa o longa le natural sta ngata fia e uma ko nga ka lai fa kai ele lo pelo ne ka ka but anyways my family yo fa na o uso mo tuangane fa tsai tsele lava fa tsai lo to talia ina o Samuelu fa tsai lo to wala lofa na over ai lo to wala lofa zo to lua ele ngate ni usila sa mo fo ile mena mato malanga tuai mawa no e felo ai Samuelu ai ngolo tama pale ai ngolo tina lawa alu au mala malelo ainga yo na winga o sangata fia o sangata fa fia tangata mai pele fo ya ilo ainga ai pele fo yo ya ilo ainga ia o se me fenga ta ona se lavale you know losing a father a mother
a brother, a sister. I've been through all this. And let me tell you, this one is so different. It's so painful because he was my best friend. He was my other half. O ia foi a lo tofi na mai le tua. Le fai mai ai. E te mina fai poi na le tua lua ia o tasi. So can you just picture me now? Wa vese atu. Le sa pele lo loto. O le tamala o whanau. O le sa whatonuina mātou, wala na ufu mātou te savavali ai, wala na whatonunga mātou te usitai ai. O i o le ulolo wainga, ai o te whaftai le tua. Wa vea whatanga. Now, I cried because o le mafutanga le tino nei. Ai o te whaftai le tua. O file e mula o loto. O wawi loa, I know where he is now. Nenga te foi lea, e mori atu e la whaftai. Ia inga ne lua. O nau la atu te talo. Ma le mawhai o tatu whaatasi. O no tūlanga wai ai lockdowns mga whai o matu mawhanawhana. We can feel your prayers.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Matu te lango na ina. E whaftai foi lai lea tua. Ile upu. Whamalosi ai matu. O Yehova. O lo mala maya. Ma lo o le tanga. O ai au te whewhei ai. O Yehova. O lo malosi. Ma le ola. O ai au te matau ia. O le malama light. You need light when it's dark. E te manao mia le malama i te iwa pongsa. Te mao ni al moli e ki se ia malama i se mea o pongsa. E whapea nā se ata. A uwhiti ai mātua mal whanau i le au pongsa. Whantai le upo le atua whemai o Yehova. O lo malama ia. Ma lo o le tanga. Ata wawa fo ina ngau le malosi ma wale ai se malosi. Pai mai o Yehova. O lo malosi ia ma lo wola. The Lord is my light and my salvation. The Lord is the strength of my life. For whom shall I be afraid? Victoria, o le pese na e filpilia le apiapi nei, na e pesini mai o whea Victoria, pule oe, o Samuel e fia i pese uma, ai pule oe Victoria, o le mea mati o le atuea o na, na e usua le pese o pese le male laina le, o lo whea lua i ne ma uteni nei. It doesn't matter what happened, it is well with my soul. Wa maliero loto le whaiunga le tua. Ele fasiotia po we seisi. He didn't die because of the combat. Le whamai, ne ai. Wa whai lava le pule le tua. O le pule whai tu atasia le tua. Wa wala au lava le tua I lona tali. Au te whapetai, walu. Ai o ana whautuanga mana o onga mana whaatete inga. Leo la macho whai a malwhanau. Whaftai ainga, yo wainga, aingo po walae. Whaftai telefoi na aingo po walae, le tautaria ina o au. Maloto walofa ya te au. I te mi umalawa tato maftanga. Rau talo I le atua, whamanuia ya te o to uma. Ta leni mea lofa, wow. Keep on singing, keep on serving for the Lord until the day that He comes. Whamanuia ina loto ne afiafi, ma o foi ma fanfana. Ia, malifile mo le atua. E wha wau ngai pia toea o neta e au. O na lilo tu foi le vai. Ka te foi si o vai ngai sa mo. Tau vai atu I la to tapenanga. La to fia. E o e whapei loa I le aingo po lai. Ma so ta wawa tu iai o na le aso muli o po. Le ai se au o le se au rio le se au. Al matu talo mal whanau. Pātu mo te le atua mea uma wa whaanganga ina. E o te whai loa I te au tau. O le mele iai wa overflow le alofo le atua whaalia I te au mal whanau. Ono le o langa po se fuanga po. Te le tangata whamania ina. ona ole au nanga ia o mele vi ele loto ele tua fa manui nai o se ona o se tangata na sa wi ele tua matemaputa fa pe na no fa malo si ai fo loto e au na le tua se ia o mai la mateni nei ai o me ia lua na utu ai o loi mata teni no tangi ai no wata o mai tangi wo mana o mis ta wa o te tangi ai no one, it was just me and my kids. Ole fuki kangi au lo mafakia, la fue kangi le feño ia, la fue fe kangi si Rachel ma Vicky matamaiti. But God put two beautiful things in my heart. You should be proud of your husband. Lua, you should be proud of your marriage. What it's all in there, not to see the only thing is oleoti. Upuya umeya na mai le tu lo loto na utu ayo lo mata. Mo tango tu lo ma mai sia fa na mo fale mata talo fa tai le tu. Mele lo ainga tato sauni fia mo lo no toi tai mitai au. Awale manatu se sia o toi fa no. Tato umale wai lo le upo le tu. O tato lo foi o le tato yunga la malea. The only difference is ese tai mi vala au wai tato. Paiola wala la maleta si tato te ui mai ya. Tele la vale aingo Samuel to papine mauso. I love you all.
Yeah, I love you guys.
I love you so much. Our relationship, I cannot find the words to explain it. It's so close. You always treated me like your own sister. You don't look at me as an outlaw, but you always look at me and treat me as a real sister to you, or even your nieces and nephews. I'm so proud to call them as my own nephews and nieces because that's how close our relationship is. And my family, once again, thank you very much. And also, my family, my Keo family. As you all know, my other parents, Aleswane and Freddie, they are not around, but Becca and Kevin and the kids, Siliva and Rachel. Even though Fred is not there, but this is another one. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your prayers. And thank you for all the love. We can feel your prayers. Thank you so much. You know, your prayer that God will bless you all. She's the only one that's here with me. At the moment, she's not well. Her heart is over here. She's been trying so many times to come, and I always stop her. I told her, please, sister, look after yourself. You can come anytime when you're feeling better. But sis, thank you so much. I know many times that I lose someone who finger winger. E pasi role fale abao. Ke ya kui fai koa. Alu ai uma mea ai asivaenga. Lai kua koe ole whenga luenga ai vili mai suri. Auntie, ole hi ako ole ai nanga lunch. Ole mea chop ol pase se ele ai ngala laka e alua ya. Those are other, singa winga e fipelo loku. He's very easy. Be kumu fale ava ko le Spanish male ye e ka o ya ye moinga. Ele skanga ka fainga kapo. Tanga te maulalo lo na loto. Kere for your kaimi ama akyu. Doesn't matter a lot somewhere or yes, but my husband always be the first one to apologize. That's how humble he is. E mua fato ese pou pe mati tau pu pe mati vesi. Umar fa mai retaliatu. Then he'll try some other ways. For example, he'll just come stand right in front of me and dance hard out, but there's no song. And he'll just dance, all these moves, If I it won't take long for me, and then I'll smile, and that's how we solve our arguments. no song. But if you see, he will dance, the moves, and just look. I'll take one look and then, and then I'll laugh. And then he said to me, yeah, voila, you're beautiful, you're happy, I'm gonna miss him so much. I'm gonna miss him, but I thank God. I said to Net, if my Net, I'm not ready yet. And it's too bad. Net, you're gonna lead our family because Dad is gone now. But I thank God for blessing me and my husband, my handsome husband, with beautiful 3 kids. After foi walu o mana fai ai ngona na whanau, wasi wa kisi ma hak lan whanau wa lan whanau his grandchildren. Ia e lofa po o le lofa po lan whanau, o le lofa foi na lofa I tai tu o lu lan whanau. And that's how this family is like stay together because of him. And I thank God for my husband. Thank God mo le tofi na ia mai mo au na malie ato ai lo loto. Therefore wa fai ai le tualang paiunga, and it as well with my soul. Thank you so much, family. I love you all. God bless.
Good job, Mom.
Okay. Yeah, we got nothing to add to that. So now we're just gonna go to our slideshow. Will be our final thing for tonight. Our friend, IT guy Breezy, Chris. He's prepared this slideshow, and I'm just gonna drop it in. He's the one that's singing in the background of it. But we just wanna thank our family again, once again, for jumping on. Please, after the slideshow, Bear Real Rachel will have some announcements for Dad's final day and how things are going to happen and how we can get everyone involved and stuff. But over to you, Breezy. Thank you so much.
Hide me now under your wings. Cover me within your mighty hands. When the oceans rise and thunders roar, I will soar with you above the storm. Father, you are king over the flood. I will be still and know you are God. Find rest, my soul, in Christ alone. Know His power, oh, in quietness and trust. When the oceans rise and thunders roar, I will soar with you above the storm. Father, you are king over the flood. I will be still and know you are God. When the oceans rise and thunders roar, I will soar with you above the storm. Father, you are king over the flood. I will be still and know you are God. I will be still and know you are God. I will be still and know you are God. yeah, yeah. Know the world, yeah, yeah. Know the world, yeah, yeah. Oh, though the world may fail me, you will never fail me. God, your word is awesome, the power that you brought me. I will live to love you, cause you have always loved me. The price you paid for my life, to Jesus' precious blood you shed for me, that I might die unto myself. I have life with you forever. Try not to save a treasure, see you have promised so much more love that we can come before us. You're the one that I adore, from now on to forevermore. You still my soul, through the fear, through the pain, through the fight. You still my soul, through the fear, through the pain in my life. You still my soul, through the fear, through the pain in my life. You still my soul. I will be still and know you are God. Oh.
That was a bit hard to watch, guys. Just give me a second. Jeez. Gosh, Dad. Anyways, I'm just gonna go straight into announcements before I start praying after that. What we're gonna do for tomorrow, there'll be a Facebook page that'll be created. We'll add everyone on there, and we'll make it so you guys can add, you know, more people onto it as well. There will be a live that will be happening by a company that is going to film from 6 a.m. Samoan time, because we're wanting them to film from when they take my father from the funeral home and take him to see Umu. So yeah, we want to be part of his whole journey from the beginning, and we want you guys to be part of that. So I think over here it'll be 3 a.m. I'm not too sure what it'll be in Z time. 5. Probably 5. But yeah, from the minute he leaves the funeral home back to Siumu, they'll have a whainga leo, is it what you call it? At home, and then they'll for about 2-3 hours, and then they'll take him to the Falesa, and that's when his service will start. So just tune in whenever. I think the service will start like 10 or 11 Samoan time. I'm not too sure yet, but yeah, they'll film right through there, and even just film right through to his final resting place. But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for helping us make tonight happen, man. I know that it's awesome to see everyone. You know, we cancelled the family service in Samoa because they're going to have one, but we cancelled it, and we felt that it was good for us that can't be there to have a chance to have a memorial for that.
Yeah.
So thank you to everyone. I think this is where we say unmute.
You can unmute yourselves.
And we have like 2 minutes just to
say hello
say hi
to each other.
Thank you, Breezy.
Good night.
To see your goodness.
Love you.
Love you.
And Denzel.
Janet, Vicky, love you. Got all mom's side.
Cái monkey show, vai, ele é